Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust rowpaint.com to get that job done right.
It's time for the Tyson Degenhart Show with Boise State basketball star Tyson Degenhart, sponsored by Idaho Central Credit Union. Find a branch near you or get more information at iccu.com. Now, here's Tyson Degenhart with BJ Rains for another edition of the Tyson Degenhart Show on Bronco Nation News.
Yes, season 2. And before too long, I'm going to force Tyson to open the show himself and not even include me here. But new season, haven't done a show in a while. I'll be on here tonight hanging out with Tyson. But man, I do need to update the video a little bit, Tyson. We got at least one player that's no longer in the program, still in the video. But I will say this, some good memories, man, to think of how far we came doing some of the interviews in person and some of the different guests we've had. I think we need another one with Jeremiah Dickey here pretty soon because I think we have better equipment now. I think you're better in terms of the questions and things. It was a fun season 1, but we are back. Season 2 of the Tyson Degenhart Show presented by Idaho Central Credit Union. My name is BJ Rains with Bronco Nation News and the host of the show. There he is, Tyson Degenhart. Tyson, season 2. Glad that Idaho Central Credit Union wanted to bring us back. Glad that you wanted to come back and do another season. And appreciate you, man. How's it going?
I'm good. Fun. Just seeing all the memories throughout the intro and just seeing how far we've come from the first couple interviews with Coach Rice and Jeremiah Dickey. I think I was a little underdressed for that one, actually. I felt seeing him in the suit and me in just a regular Nike shirt. I felt a little undressed. I think the hat could have been a little bit better. Probably could have just done my hair that day, but it's fun to be back. Fun to start season 2. Really thankful for Idaho Central Credit Union and you as well to run it back for season 2. Excited for him again. ICCU.com. Check them out. All your banking needs. So happy. I'm happy that I'm with ICCU, but I'm also disappointed, Tyson, that I didn't make the switch sooner because it's so easy. The online mobile banking, as you know, there's a branch pretty much every corner. I went today from our golf tournament, Tyson, Bronco Nation News, thanks in part to your help coming out doing the celebrity shot. $10,000 we are donating to the Idaho Youth Sports Commission, and we made just a little less than that in terms of the profit, but I wanted to get it to an even number. So BNN tossed in a little extra. We got it to $10,000, and I say that because I went to Idaho Central Credit Union today to get the cashier's check made to give to the charity. And I was thinking about it. I was like, man, this is the first time I've been inside a branch in a long time because you don't need to go in there. You can do it all right from your phone or your computer. It's all very easy. You can deposit checks, do all that kind of stuff right there from your phone. It's the easiest. I know every bank claims they have, mobile banking, all that, but Idaho Central Credit Union is the easiest online mobile experience you'll find. So we appreciate ICCU and appreciate all you guys for checking us out. Get your comments in, get your questions in for Tyson. We're going to catch up with Tyson here for a couple minutes. And then Tyson, big special guest to kick off season 2. Yeah, we do have a big special guest. He's the first 7-footer in program history, or under Leon's tenure. So that's pretty exciting. Very, very highly touted recruit. Very excited to have him on the show and as our first guest of season 2.
And that is Dylan Anderson that we're talking about, Arizona transfer, and pretty cool. He has not done any interviews since signing or committing with Boise State, so these will be your first chance to get some public comments from Dylan Anderson on why he chose Boise State, his thoughts on the program so far. So if you have a question for Tyson or for Dylan, go ahead and get that in right now, and we'll be happy to get that out there and ask those guys your questions. Always more fun on the show when we got questions and things to ask about. So, Tyson, I know workouts are underway. You guys are back. You had the kids camp this week. How's the summer going?
It's been good. We've been here we're just finishing up week 3 tomorrow, and it's been a great 3 weeks so far, just getting everyone underneath one roof, just getting together, working together, just, building that team camaraderie that's so important when it comes around the time in March. And I think we have a really special group, and I just can't wait for the rest of the guys to start, trickling in, and soon enough we'll have a full squad here, and it should be an exciting summer.
One of those guys, the starting point guard, a lot of interest, excitement, Alvaro Cardenas playing with the Spanish national team. He is en route, probably in the air right now, and is supposed to arrive in Boise. I'm not sure how many plane rides it takes you to get from Spain to Boise, Idaho, but he is on his way and will be here tonight. And he's going to be a part, I guess, of tomorrow's workout. But then do you guys get some time off for 4th of July?
Yeah, we're doing 3 weeks now. We'll get a week off for the 4th of July so guys can go home or guys can stay. It doesn't really matter. And then we start back up on whatever that Monday is right after. I don't know the date off the top of my head. But
sounds like Alvaro's got it all planned pretty smart. Come in for one day and then get a week off.
Hey, he's been grinding. He had 3 games in 3 days. We don't really do that often in college basketball, but it was fun watching him from afar, and excited to get him on campus tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, so Cardenas will be there, but most of the other guys, if not all of them, are here. I know Javen Buchanan, Ethan, we've seen the freshmen, both Julian and Peanut are here. The guys are starting to kind of mesh together, and I know you're able to get on the court and actually do some individual stuff, but some full team workouts as well. How are things going? How are you guys looking so far?
We're looking really good. It's so funny. We go into summer workouts and Omar's still recovering from his foot surgery. So we haven't even seen him at 100% yet. And he's, steadily grinding his way back to getting to that 100%. And I'm really, really excited for him because he's going to have a big year. And he just adds so much, talent to this team and just such a great team guy. And he's been very, very helpful for us, watching from afar and just seeing different things that we need to work on. And his perspective has been very, very good for us these last 3 weeks.
And looking at the roster, the one thing that stands out to me is just how tall and big you guys are. I mean, you got a couple guys that are, the smaller guys on the team are still 6'3", 6'4". I think Alvaro, maybe 6'1", 6'2", is like your shortest guy. But all these guys you brought in, with Peanut being 6'7", 6'8", whatever he is, and then Javen Buchanan looks like a load, 6'8", 6'9". Ethan is a long, I think 6'10". I mean, you're going to have some nice length in the passing lanes, blocking shots, defensively. It looks like a pretty big team.
Yeah, we definitely have a big team. It obviously starts at the forefront with Dylan being 7-footer, athletic, can protect the rim, step out, make threes, can post up, can do it all. Then you start trickling down the line with Ethan, 6'10", 6'11-ish, very lengthy, very athletic. And then Omar, myself, Javen, Peanut, Meadow. You just kind of go down the line. Keen, even up there. We have a lot of guys in that range that can provide a lot of length for us at different positions.
How I know that first game probably feels like forever away, but just how excited are you for your senior season here and the prospects of trying to get to the tournament all 4 years? Obviously, that's never been done. You guys are going to be either the favorite or right there near the top in terms of preseason favorites in the Mountain West. Just the excitement level of continuing to try to make history and have a special season here as a senior.
It's very funny to look ahead. It's June 27th. We still have a lot of time before our first game, but at the same time, that time's going to go by really, really quickly. These 3 weeks that we've been here have already gone by in the blink of an eye. And so it's just, taking it day by day and just trying to win each day. And then by the time the season rolls around, we'll continue doing that, and everything will work out the way it's supposed to be.
Again, this is the Tyson Degenhart Show presented by Idaho Central Credit Union. If you have a question or a comment for either Tyson Degenhart or Dylan Anderson, our special guest who's going to join us momentarily, get that in the YouTube chat there or through the Facebook link, and we should be able to get those questions on the air. I know Tyson has put in hours here preparing questions for the interview. But if you do have a couple of your own, that always is fun to jump in and get some fan questions as well. What's been your early impressions of Dylan so far?
He's got some great length. You can go up there, and when you try to go for lip, you don't really realize how tall he is until he goes up and blocks your shot. But he also is very, very dangerous in the pick and roll and pick and pop. You don't really know what he's going to do defensively, and it makes him a tough match. And with his high shooting pocket, he's not going to get blocked very often, and is able to pump fake and get by guys and make the right decisions. So I've seen a lot of great things. I know he's just going to continue to get better and better.
What about some of the other new guys? I know Javen Buchanan, NAIA All-American. How's he looked?
He's been looking very, very good. It's obviously hard jumping up a bunch of divisions like that, but he's going to fit right in. He's got a very, very smooth game to him, very good ball in hand, can make shots from anywhere. When he gets it going, he can get hot in a hurry. So definitely one of those guys that we want to sees the shot go in and just keep feeding him the rock after that.
Nathaniel saying it's Deggy time. Jump in Idaho says, glad to have Tyson back on the channel. Looking forward to hearing from Dylan as well. We're going to go to our special guest in just a minute here, Tyson, but we do want to thank a couple of our sponsors here during our pre-show, our lengthy, evasive, pre-show meeting here. We were talking for several minutes getting ready for this one. I was chomping on my Lean Feast. I know you're still with Lean Feast. I know the team is, with Lean Feast. Dave and his staff doing a tremendous job over there. And again, 10,000 plus meal combinations over at Lean Feast. I highly recommend you check them out. leanfeastmeridian.com. And I know, Tyson, for somebody on the go like you, it's a pretty quick way to eat healthy and still have a delicious filling meal.
Absolutely. Obviously we're advertising the lunch and dinner meals, but I'm a big fan of their breakfast with the protein pancakes, the sausage, the egg bites, and the egg whites. So I'm a big fan of that, and I highly recommend to go try that. It's one of the best breakfasts I've ever had here in Boise. And so I hope you guys all go out there and try the breakfast at Lean Feast.
Love Lean Feast. And again, there's now no excuse, Tyson, to eat healthy because they deliver anywhere in the Treasure Valley. That just started recently, and I've taken advantage of that. I made an order at like 9 a.m. and by 11:30, I had meals for the whole week there. So check out Dave and Lean Feast. And of course, Card Control, Idaho Central Credit Union. The app is so easy. I needed to change my PIN number, and you can do it right there in the app, Tyson. You name it, you go online there, iccu.com. And as I said, there is pretty much a branch on every corner, but you don't really need one because of the phone. But I know you're excited to be back for another year with ICCU.
Absolutely. And for all my Spokanites watching, I will be at Hoop Fest in the ICCU tent on Saturday and Sunday. So I should be there 10:30 on Saturday, and then Sunday's time is TBD. So hope to see you all there. We'll have some stuff given away, hoping to get some people to sign up for some checking accounts, savings accounts, all of the above. So if you're in Spokane this weekend, hope to see you all there at the ICCU tent. But if you're not, hopefully you can join ICCU. The next chance you get, it's the best banking app, best banking institution I've ever been a part of. Makes everything super, super easy. They're making this show possible. So huge shout out to them.
And I don't know where I have it, but in one of these boxes somewhere that I'm still unpacking at my new house here, we still have one ball left signed by Tyson. So maybe somebody that signs up or switches over to ICCU here in the near future, or gives us proof, or takes a selfie in front of an ICCU or something related to ICCU. Let's hook them up with the last signed ball that we have. So Tyson, I believe our special guest is ready. If you want to go ahead, and I'll give you the honors on the introduction here.
Yeah, it's very, very nice to have a guy like this on your team. 7-footer, can do it all. Transfer from Arizona, 7-footer, Dylan Anderson. Just want to thank you to the show, Dylan. Welcome on.
Oh, wow. What an introduction. Man, feels good to be here.
Dylan, can you turn your camera by chance sideways?
Yeah.
See if, I don't know if we might have the lock. Oh, there you go. That'll work perfect.
Perfect.
Yep, that is perfect here. So, Dylan, I'm going to let Tyson handle most of the questions here. There is a little bit of feedback. I don't know if you can, you're using AirPods, or I don't know, maybe turn down just, there we go. That sounds a little better. I know Tyson's got some questions prepared for you. I'm going to let him handle most of the interview, but just generally, you're in town, you're working out, you're part of the team. How are things going so far for you here in Boise?
It's going good. Having a great time with the team, getting back into workouts. It's been great. Can't complain much being in Boise.
That's good. That's great to hear. What do you really enjoy? Not so much about the team, but about like the city in general compared to like Tucson and Arizona.
It's a little different from Tucson and Arizona. There's like a bunch more trees, not skyscrapers everywhere. So it's kind of just more of like a town I'd like to live in rather than Tucson or Arizona.
Do you enjoy getting away from the heat a little bit as well, like the very hot
Yeah,
Arizona
for
summers?
sure. For sure.
They just started the I guess today was the official first day of floating the river. You going to get a chance to get out there and do that at some point, Tyson? You going to take them out to float the river?
I think we're going to try to do it as a team, hopefully, and get everyone out there. Once everyone gets to campus and once Al gets here, once Dom gets here, we can see if we can get everyone out there because it's very, very fun to do as a team. So hope to do that when everyone's here. But you got any good food spots you've been going to, Dill? I know you've only been here for a couple weeks, but what are your kind of go-to spots, like after practice?
After practice, I usually either get some Costa Vida or Jersey Mike's. But I went to R&R the other day, and that was pretty good. I haven't had barbecue in a while, and that was pretty good.
Now, our BNN food sponsors are Taco Bell and Lean Feast, so make sure you check out and support the sponsors here. Come on.
Oh, yeah. I always get some Taco Bell every week. Come on now.
It's on the way home. It's
R&R is great, though. They provided the barbecue, Tyson, for the golf tournament, and love some R&R barbecue. That's a good choice there, Dylan.
And we get some of that for post game as well. So be ready for that. I always enjoy when we get R&R as a team, and it always hits the spot right when we need it. So I just want to talk to you a little bit about your recruitment the second time around, like the transfer portal. How did that all work out for you? Like what was kind of your reasoning for leaving Arizona, and then what kind of schools were recruiting you in the portal?
I mean, it was definitely different for sure. It was definitely more pushy than the first time around, but it was a good experience. It didn't take me long to realize that Boise and Leon Rice and the team was where I wanted to be. But yeah, that's about it.
What were some of the schools that you visited? I know we talked to a couple about on your visits. Was it just the Creighton visit, or did you go anywhere else?
Yeah, I just visited Creighton before, and then Boise, and then I was just kind of like, oh, I know where I want to go.
So, that's good. So it was funny because right before your visit, RJ Keene, your roommate, came on the show and promised 100% that you were going to commit. I'm very glad he's right. Are you feeling the same way?
Yeah, look who's my roommate, RJ Keene.
Hey, that's just how the world works, and it works in great ways. And I want to talk to you. Go to Logan's comment because he's concerned about all the recruits staying with RJ. That's actually funny because our coaches are always a little concerned about RJ being with the recruits, but he does get them out of their shell, and that's what we need. We need to, like, a lot of times on the visit, you're a little closed off. These are new people, a lot's going on, and he's just there just to talk to you about sports, life, whatever it may be, and play video games, do that kind of thing. He's very, very good on a visit. So shout out to you, RJ, for that.
He says coaches are kind of concerned. What do you think of that, RJ?
I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, with a recruit coming in, if you know me, I'm like the most outgoing person of all time. And it's good. Like Cardinez said he loved talking to me. He said it made him feel comfortable. That's what he told the coaches. I mean, I'll take that. I mean, so thank me for Cardinez a little bit, I guess. But yeah, the guy come this weekend, I'm gonna get him to commit 100%. Like if there's odds, he's gonna commit.
Okay. Well, we'll find out later who it was at some point. There it was, 100%. It was true.
He's a man of his word.
We shouldn't get too in depth on the visit, I'm told, but apparently you guys it was a fun time and a fun visit, and I guess RJ Keene is as good as advertised when it comes to trying to make you want to feel welcome here, huh, Dylan?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've never met anyone like RJ. I mean, as soon as I met the guy, I was like, oh wow, he was already one of my boys, and as well as Tyson. When we were at the lunch, I was like, dang, I talked to these dudes forever.
It's like we had met before,
mm-hmm.
but we really hadn't, unless you count the basketball game that we had played back when we were like 15 and 16.
Yeah.
That was such a crazy story, hearing that from your dad. I don't know if do you have any recollection of that game?
I don't have any recollection of that game. I'm surprised he remembered.
Yeah, I mean, he started telling me about a purple gym and how he played us, and I started to remind me of what it was. And I know you guys killed us. That's the one thing I can remember. It's just that you guys killed us. And I'm pretty sure because I was one of the taller guys on my AU team, I had to guard you at some point, and so I need to look for this footage and see if we can find anything of us going at it when we were 15 and 16, and now being college teammates. That's just crazy how the basketball world works.
Yep, 100%.
So as part of this show, it's one of those things where we want the fans to get to know you more. I know a lot of the times in the media, it's just kind of get to know what the game plan is for the game and all this kind of thing. And for me, I've lived what you live, like with the media and stuff like that. And I just want to have this comfortable interview and let the people get to know you a little bit more, because I don't feel like there's a really great chance the media can really do that in this way. So I want to talk to you a little about how your upbringing in Arizona and just kind of how you ended up playing basketball and all that.
Well, I started playing football. That was what I really liked. And then I saw my brother, he started hooping, and he's a sharpshooter. So I was like, oh, wow, that looks kind of fun. And then my dad got us a hoop in our backyard. And I mean, it was just up from there. My dad's trained me every day of my life. I mean, he's my number one supporter. It took me, I wouldn't have been able to do it without him. He took me everywhere I needed to go. And we kind of kept it low in the recruiting. We kind of just wanted to see how things were going. And then committed to one school, need to go to another school. So then now I ended up here.
That's good. I mean, just talk about, did you ever have those older brother battles with your brother and how he'd kind of beat up on you?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, there were times where my dad breaks us apart. I mean, me and my brother were always so competitive, but I think he's the reason that I'm here today as well, because he kind of brought that inner dog out of me sometimes. And I always think about that whenever I'm playing on the court.
How much older is he than you? I never asked you that, but
he's 3 years older than me. He's becoming a doctor at Midwestern in Phoenix.
Oh, nice. That's very cool. I think that 3-year age gap is like perfect, and just like he's a little older than you, he's always going to beat up on you. When was the first time you actually beat him in a basketball game?
I mean, I don't know if we ever. I think we had to stop playing because it always ended in a fight. So after I was like 13, my dad just cut off all of our one-on-ones, and we usually just played on the same team in like 5v5 and never got off the court.
That's the best way to do it. Team up together instead of fighting each other and take over the court. So, viewers, if you have any questions, hop in. We just got one from Jumpin' Idaho. Dylan, what is your major?
Major? I haven't decided yet, but I'm leaning towards marketing.
Very cool. And big Nate, shout out to Nate, one of the best fans in the Boise area. What sports will you be watching during the Paris 2024 Summer Olympics?
I mean, I like the 100-meter dash and the high jump and like long jump. My mom used to be a high jumper. She still holds the record in New York for a highest jump. So I always try to just watch that stuff. I think it's interesting. And as well as the swimming competitions. I think that's pretty cool.
I'm actually a big fan of the Olympic swimming. I don't know why. I think it's super impressive what they're able to do. I'm just a big fan. I love that you're a track guy, because my dad ran track in college, and your mom did track in college. So I think to people who can really sit down and enjoy like the nitty gritty of track and the long jump and the competition there, it's just great. Tyree welcomes you to the family. Everyone is stoked to watch you hoop this year. Grant is asking, is your family tall?
Yeah, they're pretty tall. I mean, I'm the tallest out of my family, but all my family members are over 6 foot.
How tall? Your dad's pretty tall. Is he like 6'8"?
Yeah, he's 6'6", 6'7" when he wears his New Balances, but mom's 6 foot.
How tall is your brother?
He's 6'5".
Guess all the height genes got to you then.
Yeah, that's the running joke we got in our family.
That's always the way it goes. Robbie Robinson asks, what is a hobby that you have an interest in or would want to get into here in Boise?
Oh, fishing for sure. I mean, my dad always taught me how to fish when I was growing up, and Arizona isn't very hot in fishing. So I'm definitely going to have to get a pole here soon and get to the river and catch some fish.
I have a question. Do you know who is a very good fisherman that is close to the basketball program?
I heard Leon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's funny.
fly fishing. I've never done that before, but I'm willing to try it.
I would try it with you. I've heard a lot of things about him fly fishing with Coach Few up in Spokane and that area. And they just love to fish and do that kind of thing. And I think that'd be great for you to link up with him and do that. So
For sure.
it's a great resource as your head coach to have.
Yeah.
If you have more questions, keep popping them in. We always love to have questions from the fans. We got one more from Tyree. Are you headed up to McCall for the 4th? He needs to see how nice it is up there.
Yeah, me and my roommate were going up there. We're in a little boat, just see how the sun is, maybe get a little suntan.
It's not a bad way to spend the 4th. I've heard great things about McCall, and I still have actually never been up there, so I need to make a trip up there. I do want to ask, talking more about the team, how do you feel like the camaraderie is as it been the first 3 weeks of us being together?
I feel like it's really taken off. I mean, we all kind of have these like inside jokes. We mess with people. No one really gets butthurt. Everyone, and then when we get on the court, it's we just compete. I mean, as you've seen, we go at it. So I think it's great. I've never really been on a team like this, to be honest.
Hey, we'll take that. I mean, we really do have a competitive group. I mean, we keep track of wins, and everyone's trying to get to that top of that list, and it's always a dogfight to see who gets those wins each and every day. Who's really like impressed you from our team that you really didn't know that could really play like that, or just someone who's kind of caught your eye as a really great player, great teammate, anything like that?
I mean, I'd say all the other guys on our team have kind of impressed me, to be honest. But I'd say Chris Lockett has really shown me what he can do, especially being on my team today in 3v3, 2-0.
Yep, that is true. Chris has been incredible. I don't know if you heard much, but he redshirted last year and just took full advantage of it and just turned himself into this really great player that not many people are talking about when it comes to our team. That'll have a huge impact. So I'm glad we're on the same page there, because I've seen Chris improve a lot. We worked out a lot in May, and it seemed to be he made me a lot better. I made him a lot better. It was just great. We have a question from Grant. What about the coaching staff caught your eye during your visit to Boise?
I mean, they just made me feel like I was like supported, and like they really wanted me, and that they would really bring me up when I came here and made me to be the best player and better man that I could be. To be honest, I mean, it just felt like home. They made it feel like home to me.
Hey, as long as you're feeling comfortable here, I mean, that's a great thing to have as our coaching staff. I know Coach Rice is a very big post coach, as he was at Gonzaga. What has he kind of taught you over these 3 weeks, just about posting up, just different things you may have not thought of when it comes to playing in the post?
Just taking my time and like certain counter moves to hit people with, and it's actually really helped my scoring game in the post. To be honest, I used to just be like a face up, shoot over them type guy, but now it's kind of like developed into a post move guy, hooks and all that good stuff.
I saw a lot of that today. I saw you playing down there on the ones. You were taking your time, and as coach always likes to say, pause for poise, and you're taking that coaching to heart, and it's really working. I mean, you're so tall, you can get over most people, and you're not going to get blocked. And once you get to your spot, it's pretty much over. We do have a couple more questions in the comments for you. Logan asks, "How was coaching camp this week?"
Oh man, I had the younger kids. It was definitely tougher than I thought it would be, but I mean, my team went 1-4. Not the best, but I mean, they play with heart out there.
The little kids is just so fun to watch. They just, I'm sure if it would be a reffing nightmare if it was an actual game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Lots of travels, lots of double dribbles, probably out of bounds that you can't really call to keep the flow of the game.
Yeah.
Did you have Boucher's kid on your team?
No, he was on. I think he was on RJ's team actually. I mean, I think he hit the shot that beat us in the final to get to the next bracket option. I think he hit the shot to take us out.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Bam's a good player.
Mm-hmm.
We got a couple more here. Going back to the 4th, Robbie asked, "What's your ideal meal for 4th of July?"
Ooh, I mean, I usually just get some good barbecue ribs going on the grill, maybe a couple burgers. That's what I usually go to.
Is your dad good on the barbecue?
My dad can really make anything, but the barbecue man in my house was my uncle. He got a Traeger, and he's been cooking every time I go home, and it's been great.
Traeger's a game changer. My uncle has one. My grandparents have one. It just makes everything so much better.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
That is for sure. Logan talking about Chris might be the funniest guy I've ever met. He and Ugbo like to compete. I would like to say I also hit a hook shot on Ugbo.
Congrats, Logan. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's very impressive because Ems has some long arms and is athletic and can block shots. So congratulations on that. And I 100% agree because Chris and Ems are very, very funny human beings. And I'm sure you can attest to that.
Yep, they have me dying in the locker room sometimes.
Oh, the locker room is just when we're cracking jokes and you got everyone sitting there. It's probably one of the greatest things just to have a group of brothers there and just cracking jokes, just enjoying our time, building that camaraderie, doing all those things. As we kind of like start to wrap up this interview, I do ask a question to every single one of the guests that comes on the show. I think it's a great evaluator to see, who's made a really big impact in your life and kind of how they've changed the trajectory of your life in different ways. And so I want to ask you, who's been a very, very big impact on your life besides, let's say, your close friends and family?
My coach, my two coaches, actually, I just have to say August Mendez and Josh Lowry. They really, in high school, they really elevated my game and like my love for the game and understand for the game. And I always reach out to them if I need any help. My coach, Josh, he always sends me books that I read to help me keep my mind straight and what to do when you like lose your mind a little bit, maybe doubt yourself, how to get out of that. I'd say those two have been a big part of helping me get to where I'm at today.
It's good. You're a big book reader?
I not really, but ever since he started sending me these books, haven't been able to put them down.
What's been your favorite go-to book like that they've sent to you?
I got this one. It's called Relentless right here, and I've been reading it, and it's really something else because it's telling me how to just live my life and become a better person, like mentally strong and all that good stuff.
I might have to. I've been trying to. One of my New Year's resolutions was trying to read more, and so I'm always taking book recommendations. So I might have to put that one on the list as well. If you say it's that good.
Oh, I think it's for sure got to go on the list.
Okay.
All right, I can't let you off the hook this easy, Dylan. I know it's Tyson's show, but I'm the media guy here, so I got to get a couple of real questions in. But before we let you go, the decision to redshirt last year, I know a lot of people have seen that, and maybe just talk about that and how much you got better last year, and just how eager you are too after sitting out a year to get back on the court in a real game.
I mean, yeah, it was definitely a vital point in my career because when I decided to redshirt, all I really cared about was getting better. So me and my trainer down at U of A would just be in the gym 24/7. My roommate Jay Cook, we'd always be on the shooting gun at night. I mean, I feel like it's actually it's transformed me into a better player that you guys are going to see this year that no one ever expected me to play like.
I mean, were you going up against Balo pretty much every day in practice?
Oh yeah, I was MVP on scout team.
So, I mean, you go up against a guy like that. I mean, that has to instantly make you better by itself. How much better are you? How much different are you than when we saw you, the freshman year where you got out there some as a freshman, but you didn't play a ton that first year, maybe even going back to high school. Like, where in the last couple of years has your game really developed that you hope to show here in Boise?
I mean, really just my overall strength and understand for the game. I don't settle as much, but when I do settle, it's 98% of the time going in. So, I mean, it's just a whole different type of game that I'm playing right now.
And how eager are you, I guess, to you go to Arizona, you had all the accolades in high school and all that, Pac-12, whatever, Gatorade Player of the Year, and it's worked out pretty well for some guys that, I don't want to say step down, but, we've seen some guys, whether it be coming from Texas Tech or Oregon or wherever, come to Boise State and get a chance to start and play big minutes and really thrive and kind of, turn their, I don't want to say turn their career around, but really have the success that they're wanting to have. What did you see that from some other guys that have come to Boise State, and how do you see yourself kind of, fitting in and taking your game to the next level here?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a step down. I mean, I'd say we could compete with anyone in the college basketball game. But I mean, it's just going to really open people's eyes about me, because I know I had unbelievable amount of haters in my DMs and tweets and all that. Don't want to cuss on the channel, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Go for it.
All that stuff. It's really just, I mean, I'm so excited to just prove people wrong and just show them what me, my dad, my trainers, and those opportunity Boise State has given me.
And you think about it, whether, like I said, you redshirt last year, even the year before that, you played some, but not like you did in high school. I mean, to have a chance to start and play 30 minutes a game again, I mean, that's going to be the first time in a couple of years for you. I mean, how excited are you just to be unleashed again and be able to do your thing and play basketball and be a key part of the team?
Oh, I mean, it's going to be the best. I mean, it's going to not only help me with my mental state, but it's just going to lift me up, and I just can't wait. I mean, I'm so excited.
What kind of, in terms of, we know you can shoot from the outside, but obviously being 7 foot, you can score inside too. I mean, what kind of, how would you kind of describe your game maybe to Boise State fans?
I mean, it's really just stretch the floor, but when I need to, I'll get down on the block, hit a couple post hooks, put a elbow in your chest, and maybe punch on you a couple times, but that's about it.
We do have a couple more questions here. RJ Keene is watching. He says not to listen to me. He says I just yap, but come on, RJ. We'll see if I let you back on the show again, RJ. Yeah, but Tyson, we got some other questions here, and I guess speaking of your game, Grant wants to know what feels better, hitting a three with someone in your face or dunking on someone.
I'd say it really comes down to what time is on the clock. I mean, nothing's better than hitting a three in someone's face with 5 seconds left. But, I mean, when someone's talking that talk and then you go put them in the rim, you can't really have a better feeling than that.
RJ's being super serious here, too. He says, please, no cussing. You got a football question. You probably don't know the answer to this yet. Yeah, maybe, what do you think, Tyson? Football QB controversy here. Who you got, Tyson?
I honestly don't know. I read on Twitter about this. I mean, people are very 50-50 on it. I don't know. I don't want to put myself.
Dylan, they got the returning guy that played last year. They got the 5-star transfer from USC as well. So they got they got it's going to be interesting for the football here. RJ Keene does want to know who the better roommate is, him or Teams.
RJ,
I didn't know Teams was in on this. Oh man,
I think we know where I'm going with this. I'll just leave it at that. RJ knows what my answer is.
Skyship, by the way, says Love Relentless, just finished it last month, so he's read that as well. And Sky also wants to know, you got 3 guys here, MJ, Kobe, Braun. Who you starting, who you benching, who you cutting?
Oh, easy. Start MJ. I'm going to have to bench Kobe and cut LeBron. Only cutting LeBron because everyone's saying he's the GOAT. Nah, MJ all the way.
Tyson, where are you at on this?
I'm probably very similar. The Kobe Braun one's hard for me because I grew up watching both of them. I think obviously MJ's the best of all time, so you start MJ and then Kobe Braun. I mean, obviously Kobe had that killer mentality that you always want on the floor, and LeBron's probably one of the most gifted basketball players to ever touch a basketball. I'd probably go the same as Dill. I would say you always want to have a guy like Kobe on your team. Just just watching the stuff about the Redeem team and just how he would guard the best player and the way he ran through Pau Gasol's chest, hearing that story from all the other guys on that team, just the way to that's the guy you want on your team for sure.
Dylan, tell us about Tyson. He doesn't like asking. He's obviously a humble guy here, doesn't like talking about himself. But, I mean, this guy has a chance to be the all-time leading scorer at Boise State if he has a good season here. And obviously, in this day and age, staying at the same school 4 years and being a legend here. I mean, this may legitimately be a guy they put a statue up, outside the arena someday. what's it been like getting to know Tyson, and what do you think, if you can tell yet, just what he means to this community and this team and the impact that he's going to have this year?
Oh, I mean, it's been great getting to know Tyson. I mean, I feel like we've really become close. I mean, he's helped me out when I need help and ask questions. I mean, the community loves him. The kids camp, everyone was like, "Oh, you know Tyson? You're on teammates with Tyson. What's Tyson like?" I was like, "Oh, he's awesome." And then we had a voting on like who the best coach was. It was me and then 2 others, and then Tyson. And then a couple of my guys said, "Oh, Dylan's gonna be the best coach." And then as soon as Tyson's name went out, the gym was roaring. So I mean, they just love him, which is awesome to see.
You got. I know you want to score too, but you got to feed him the rock a little bit this year. I think he needs to average about 18 a game here, and we can make him the all-time leading scorer at Boise State.
Oh, I think we'll have no problem getting him there.
Don't worry about that, Dylan. We'll focus on the wins. We'll focus on the wins.
One more point. He has to do 1 point a game better than he did last year. That's all it's got to be. So you have another Tyson Degenhart-like season, and he could be number one all time. That's pretty cool. What in terms of on the court though? I mean, you've been working out for 3 weeks here. I mean, can you see why he's maybe going to be the preseason Mountain West Player of the Year here?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, there's some times where it's like you think, "Oh, great D, bottom of the net, go get my rebound." Like sometimes he's just a miss. You just can't guard him. I mean, it's honestly great to see.
What about the talent level here? I know it's early and Cardenas isn't even here yet, your starting point guard, but just in general, when you talk about coming from the Pac-12 and some of the talent you guys had on the Arizona team, I mean, how do you look at the potential of this Boise State team, obviously trying to make history, make the NCAA tournament 4 years in a row here? I know it's early, but what do you make of the talent around you here and how good you guys can be?
I think the sky's the limit for us. I mean, we don't have the names, as everyone says, 5 stars. That doesn't really mean anything. But I think, honestly, the sky's the limit for us.
I'm ignoring RJ Keene's last question on there, Tyson. Do you have any other and there's this guy, Hayden. I don't know if you know Hayden. He said this 5 times. Went to all your high school games. Please give me a shout out. I don't know if you know Hayden, but
it's not a picture of Hayden. It's a picture of George Holani, a former running back.
Yeah.
Maybe I saw a picture. I'm better with faces.
Give him a shout out though. There you go, Hayden. There's your shout out.
Hayden.
Yeah. But Tyson, any final questions for Dylan here? I'm trying to see if we got everything in the chat. I do have the ability to ban RJ Keene from the YouTube chat. I'm pretty close to that. But any other final questions, Tyson?
We did have one in the comments that kind of slipped through. It's from Robbie. What's the funniest moment you've had coming to Boise?
Funniest moment. Oh man. I'd say funniest moment. Let's see. I'm trying to keep it normal on here. I gotta say, when we had to go get one of our roommates, or not our roommates, one of our teammates out because he was sleeping a little bit. We all had to run over there. That was pretty funny.
That was not the ideal way to start the morning, but happens.
Somebody overslept?
We're not going to say who, but
I mean, it happens.
It happens to the best of us.
It was just funny because they were like, "Oh, we got to run over." And I was like, "Run over where?" And then we had to run over there. It was just funny to me.
There we go.
So whoever overslept, the whole rest of the team ran over there and woke him up?
Yep. The whole team.
Wow. Now that's going to be fun trying to figure out who that was. At some point, we'll figure out who that was. Robbie says we all know who it was. RJ. Was it RJ?
Oh, no. Thank God it wasn't RJ because we had to run extra miles. I mean, we live far from Boise.
Well, imagine if it was me. You don't know where I live, but I live like a 7-minute drive further away from campus from you guys. So,
wow.
If I sleep, I'm screwed. And there's no running to get me.
Well, you get a week off, right, Dylan? You put 3 weeks in here, and then you're going to get a little bit of time to recharge here next week?
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a great time.
Anything else, Tyson? We good?
I think we're good. Dill, I appreciate you being the first guest of season 2. Excited to have you on the show, and appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I'll see you in the early morning.
Talk to you soon. There he is, Dylan Anderson, and seems like a great teammate, and Keen really wanted me to put the question on, but
it's better that you didn't.
Yeah. I think we all know where I would rank on that list, but I mean, come on. Let's see. Any other comments? Any other questions for Tyson? Any thoughts on Bronny and LeBron going to the Lakers, Tyson?
I think it's super cool. Like, and I know that everyone talks about, LeBron's kid's just on the team because of LeBron. I think it's going to be one of the coolest things to see that, father and son are going to, play on the same team. I know people talk about like the Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr. playing in the outfield together and creating some everlasting memories of hitting like back-to-back home runs together. And I think it's going to be a super cool thing. I don't think it's going to happen very, very often. To have a guy like LeBron play a sport like that for so long and, keep his body so good to play into years 20, it's just incredible. So I'm very, very excited. I hope it happens. I know it's going to be a huge media thing when it does happen.
And I heard a rumor that I think it was before they got Bronny, and then it changed. But you guys, I think at one point were maybe going to try to play USC last year, and then when they got Bronny, they wanted to up their schedule a little bit. In their eyes, and maybe they played Kansas State or somebody instead. But
I never heard anything about USC. So
all right.
Must have been kept under wraps.
What do you make of the Cayman Islands? We'll have plenty of time to talk to you about that, but the field is officially set. The tournament's is set. It's announced. You guys are in. I believe the bracket should be coming out within the next week. I know it's done and getting ready to be coming out. Hayden, I'm blocking you, man. You've asked that 10 times. I don't know who you are. I'm sorry.
T-Deg13.
No, they're at, okay, there you go. T-Deggy13 is his Instagram, but I don't know what this does, but it says you can put the user in timeout, and I'm doing that. So let's see here. The going down to the Cayman Islands, man. I know you guys went to Orlando last year, but just to have a chance to, have a couple days around the Thanksgiving holiday down there in the Cayman Islands. I'm sure you guys are looking forward to that.
I'm very excited. It's obviously unfortunate that Rutgers, I think it was Mississippi State, backed out of the tournament, but we all understand with Rutgers and their highly touted freshmen and, going to a different tournament, that completely understandable, but I think it'd be a great team bonding, experience to travel outside the country. Obviously we traveled to Canada in the summer, but this is like real games in the season, and to travel to Cayman Islands, great weather. Very, very excited for that.
Now Keen's joining in. What's your insta there? So
you might have to block him here pretty soon.
Getting there. We're getting close. The Mariners, there was a question. I'll let one more RJ question go through. Your thoughts on the struggling Mariners?
We just play better at home. If you look at the home and road splits, our pitching is a lot better at home. I know people talk about like the marine layer in Seattle and how it helps pitchers and things like that, but it's just kind of the ebbs and flows of the baseball season. You're never going to go 162-0. It's really, really hard to win that many games in a row with such a, it's so hard to, have hitting on every night in the bullpen. Everyone's bound to have an off night, especially with 162 games. So I'm just hoping we keep the Astros at an arm's length, because I know they gained about 5.5 games in about a week. So we're still at the top of the division, though. I know he's going to say something about, who won the World Series 2 years ago or something like that, but that's how
all my friends that are Royals fans are. They try to bring up stuff about the Royals winning a championship more recently than the Cardinals or whatever else, but you look at the long history here. But Robbie wants to know, out of curiosity, any significance to wearing number 2?
It's actually funny you asked that, Robbie, because number 2 is my 5th choice as a jersey number, and I'll walk you through it. My birthday's on the 13th, so 13 was my first choice, and Pavle was wearing that when I came in. And then 24 was my second choice, because that's the number I wore in high school. Kobe Bryant. Abu was wearing that one. And then I would have picked 10, because whenever I was a little kid, they used to give you like the numbered jerseys 1 through 10. And I was always the biggest kid, and 10 was the biggest jersey. So I always got that one. And Shave was wearing that one. And then 4 was my 4th choice, because when I was playing AAU when I was younger, I joined a team. Some kid was wearing 13. So I just added the digits together and chose 4. And Burke Smith was wearing that, and so 2 was my next one. So
wow, and no thought to ever, once you stuck with 2, you said, I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, I mean, after the success I had my first 2 years, and there's no really reason to change it. I think I've really established myself as a number 2 guy, and I'm just going to keep that going forward.
Well, let's see. We'll go to a final question or two and end this. The schedule's not officially out yet, but Sky is asking if you have a favorite game you're looking forward to this season. Getting Clemson at home, that'll be a pretty fun and Elite Eight team.
I was thinking Clemson for sure is definitely the non-con one I'm looking forward to. Conference play, it's hard to say. I think there's gonna be a lot of great teams. Utah State's obviously a very, very hard place to play with the Herd and all them, and the Pit as well, and even Viejas is. They have a lot of tough places to play in the Mountain West, and all of them are very, very hard to play at. So very, very excited for conference play.
Jordan's hoping for another Idaho Falls trip. I would say, Jordan, that you got a chance that could happen again, based on what I've not sure if you've heard anything on that, Tyson, but it sounds like that certainly is possible. If you enjoyed it last year, you may get another chance this year to do that again. That would be certainly fun. I know they're trying to finalize a couple other games as well, but you get to go to San Francisco for a game early in the season. You got Oakland coming for the season opener, who beat Kentucky last year in the tournament. You've got we mentioned Clemson at home. That's going to be a massive game. The Cayman Islands tournament won't have the marquee names. I know Boston College is in there, a couple other nice mid-majors, but a chance to win some games down there. So you mentioned you get a week off. You're going to go back home then? You said you're doing the Hoop Fest in Spokane?
Yeah, I'm going home tomorrow night. We'll be there till Sunday, and then coming back here for the week and working out, just trying to stay in shape, keep moving towards basketball play in shape as time goes on. But just keep getting shots up, keep doing what I'm doing, and continue to have a great summer. Hopefully get on the golf course a little bit. I played a couple weeks ago on Twilight, and I played awful, so I need to figure some stuff out.
Well, season 2, Tyson Degenhart Show, we're looking forward to. What else? Maybe let fans in here before we go on some of your, what you're thinking in terms of guests, players, coaches, the plan here moving forward.
Yeah. I think we're going to try to get at least one of the new guys on the team on for every episode moving forward. And then maybe we'll add a coach in to make it a double interview, just one after the other.
Yeah.
Really not sure. Nothing's 100%.
Well, let us know, fans, right? I mean, if there's somebody you want to get on the show, reach out to Tyson on X or the Instagram or however else, or let us know who you would like to have as guests, and we'll try to get it done.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot. I mean, you never know who we can get, and we can always. I actually met the SID for football, so maybe we can get something with that. Who knows?
Yes. I think an Ashton Genty episode needs to happen. The only problem is it needs to happen pretty soon before they get going with practice. That might need to be a season 2 or a episode 2, maybe.
Yeah, maybe we got to get on that. I got to talk to
number 2 and number 2. I mean, I think that makes some sense. We can update our intro video then as well with another football guest. Let's see. Certainly seems like Anderson is not someone we have to worry about having issues getting along with. He's awesome. Sounds like everybody's was excited to have him. They want Lexus back on. He was a good guest. We take him back on.
Lexus was a great guest.
Yeah,
I always enjoyed him.
Mike Burns, what's he listening to in his office this summer? Hopefully some Soundgarden still.
Oh, I'm sure he's definitely listening to some Soundgarden, just trying to finalize that schedule, and always watching some Soundgarden with defensive clips of how we can get better.
It does make some sense here, as Robbie says. Number 2 and number 2, season 2, episode 2. I think we need to get on that with you and Ashton. That would be that would be pretty cool.
We got some people to talk to, so
let's get on that. On both sides here, we'll work that. Tyson, awesome job as always. Appreciate it again. Idaho Central Credit Union. Make sure you check them out. ICCU.com. All your banking needs. It's so easy. The mobile online e-branch banking, they call it, just so easy to use. And again, you can change your PIN right there online. So many different things you can do. Transfer money, move it around. We have all of our personal and business accounts for BNN with ICCU as well. And they do a tremendous job. And I know Clark and Shelby and the whole team there, I mean, every scoreboard around the state, you look up and there's some random kid in my neighborhood was walking the other day and he had a t-shirt on, and the back of it was Idaho Central Credit Union. I mean, they're everywhere, and they're pouring the money into supporting folks and folks like you, and keeping you around and doing things to take care of a lot of people here. So hopefully folks will return the favor. And you may think your banking experience is pretty good somewhere else, but it'll be better, I promise you, with Idaho Central Credit Union. So, Tyson, appreciate you as always, man. Stay healthy and enjoy the 4th of July. And I think we're going to try at least in the summer, maybe 2 a month. If we can keep that going, maybe we're going to try to get one more at least in July, so we can try to get a football player on before practice starts August 1st. And maybe for the next couple of months, we'll try to go every other week and then cut it back to once a month once the season starts again, if that works. But appreciate you. Thank you to all the comments. Thank you for everybody for watching. We'll tentatively try for 2 weeks from now, maybe on the normal one night of Wednesday. And appreciate everybody for checking us out. Have a great rest of your evening. Jay Tust and I at 9 a.m. tomorrow, Bronco Nation News Live. We'll talk football, get you set for Mountain West Media Days coming up, and just a lot of stuff going on. But basketball season will be here before you know it. Alvaro Cardenas arriving tonight, and then the whole team will almost be here, and they'll continue to get ready for the upcoming season. So thanks to Tyson, thanks to ICCU, thanks to the rest of our sponsors, and most importantly, thanks to all of you for watching. Have a great rest of your evening. We'll talk to you later. Bronco Nation News Live, the Tyson Degenhart Show, presented by Idaho Central Credit Union here at Bronco Nation News and BroncoNationNews.com.